right, let's do it. Booyah! What up, you guys? Welcome back to another one of these videos. My name is Lauri Koskinen, and this is a juggling tutorial. Today, we're gonna learn this. So, throwing a club to balance on another club, all right? So that's gonna be the topic of today. Now, before you start doing this, make sure you know how to balance, all right? Because sometimes people wanna learn this trick, and then they don't know how to balance a club. So before you do this, make sure that you know how to balance on your hand like that, then on your fingers, okay, so just at the tip of the two fingers, index finger and middle finger, then on one finger, just at the end of the index finger, so you know how to balance this, and eventually in the back of your palm. So this is what you need to know. On the back palm, you need to know how to balance, right? And also, we're gonna do this, the club is gonna be upside down. So the reason for that is it's a wider surface, so the knob in the bottom is very small, but the knob at the end is much bigger. So there's more surface area to catch the club on, okay? And also it's more flat, it just makes it a whole lot easier first. If you want, later on you can learn this way, but first learn it this way. So because we want to first learn it here, we get used to the balance because now the center of gravity is much lower. So you look here, so we're gonna keep that. And then also in the back palm. So practice that. Make sure you know how to do this before you start doing the trick. Okay, now the technique is fairly simple. We're swinging the club and then we have to stop it. So we practice this first. So you hold the club, just get it to the palm, just hold it with every finger and just lift it up to balance, okay? And the idea here is when it's going up, before it reaches the top, you're gonna slow it by bringing your arm a little bit down, okay? So you bring your arm a little bit down and it's gonna pivot like that, okay? Pivot! So it's gonna stop like here. So if you just continue, it will keep on falling. So right before it hits that middle part here, you're gonna bring your arm down and it's gonna stop. So you don't give it so much power, you bring it here and then down, okay? So here and down. And you also have to control the force because if you give too much force, it doesn't matter how low you go and how fast you go, it will go over. So what you do is you go like that, it sort of like stays in the center and then you just go down and make sure it stays there, okay? So you get used to this. Ta-da. This is the first part, all right? So that is what you need to practice first. Then we're gonna start throwing it. Once you feel like, yeah, I can do that, cool. Then let's throw it. So first, just small. You hold it from the body, upside down, just gonna throw, and then you're gonna catch. And just like with the stopping, you catch it here. So you try to throw it so it lands like that, okay? But you catch it before it lands here. So what I mean is the flight goes like that, and then it comes down, and it's here. But we don't catch it here because there's the danger of it rotating over. So we're gonna go up, and once it's here, so it's almost straight, I'm gonna put my arm up, and it's gonna touch the club, and I'm gonna bring my hand down, and then it will stop here, okay? So there's two reasons. One, to stop, and the other one is we wanna sort of like bring it down softly so it doesn't bounce away from the hand, okay? Because if we just do that, it can bounce off easily if we're flexing a lot or if we're pushing back. So we don't want that, especially with clubs. It's hard against hard, so that's not good. So you lift your arm up, you catch it here, and then it comes down, okay? So you practice this. And once you start to feel it, you do it slowly first, then you can put a little bit air to it, okay? Whee, that was a lot. So now it was spinning too much, okay? So once you get to feel that, you can go like nice 20 centimeters, 1 foot, like that. Then we're gonna do half a turn. So you hold the club, you're gonna flip it, and it's gonna go half a turn. So like that, and again, I'm gonna catch it here, then come down. So this may feel very strange first because we're used to throwing full, but now we have to go a little bit lower. So if we don't catch it, it becomes a low throw. So if I don't catch it here, it lands here. Okay, so it doesn't come here, the rotation, I mean. So when I throw it, it goes like that, and here is a full rotation, right? I can catch it like here, or down there. So it's a little bit slower. So that was the point. Yeah, so you start to practice that. And you can do from the same hand as well. This is sort of like, it's easier from the opposite hand because this hand can be ready to catch. But it's something that you can practice already if you want to do it later on from the same hand as well. All right, so once you get that, it starts to feel good. So you put a little bit air to it, you can catch it, and it's fairly easy for you. Then we're going to challenge ourselves and use the back of the palm. The reason for this is one step harder than doing it on a palm, but it's more easy than doing it on a club. So we're going to practice this first. So on the back of the palm. And you can do it here again, very small one first, so as to get used to it. Then a little bit more throw, and then the half a turn flip. Oh yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, so once you're here, you're set to go, you're ready. If you feel like you want a little bit more practice, you can also do it here on the arm. So here you just throw and try to catch it on the arm, okay? It's not the necessary step, but again, it's something that can help. If you find the club, catching it on a club a little bit too difficult, you can practice this first, right? Now we're gonna do it with clubs. So when it comes to doing it with clubs, it depends a little bit what type of clubs do you use, but one tip that I can give, pretty much you can do this with every club. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. It's just sometimes where you hold the club can change a little bit depending on what clubs you have, but you will find it quickly by trying. Keep the clubs clean. If they're very, very dirty and very like dusty, they can be very slippery. So you clean them occasionally, clean these end parts and the body. It will make this trick much easier, okay? Now when it comes to holding the club, we don't want to hold it here because now this is very hard to control, this body. So what we want to do is we want to hold it here. So this is the fat part, so to speak. We're going to hold it just under it, okay? And I like to turn my palm up a little bit, but not too much. Just enough so my thumb gets out of the way. Because sometimes if I'm holding it like this and I throw the club, it might hit my thumb. So, but it doesn't really like happen that much. If you just hold back enough, but if you hold your hand high, like really, really high, yeah, take away your thumb. But other than that, just hold it how you feel mostly secure, okay? But I hold it here between the middle tape and the largest part of the body. So from there, okay? The lower you go, the more difficult it is because it's harder to control, but this is where you want to start, okay? Now, first we try just the balance, just to make sure that we can balance the club, okay? And then you can slowly start. Again, I'm not throwing it first, just getting used to it. So I'm touching it here, giving a little speed, and then stopping it. And the same thing, we catch it here, and then it goes down. We catch it here, and then it goes down. And then small throw, like a very, very tiny throw, like that. And then a little bit larger, a little bit higher throw. Whoo-hee. And even though you have to hold here quite firmly, try not to like really flex your arm because it is a relaxed trick. It doesn't have to be difficult, so make sure that your hand is still relaxed. Firm enough, your grip is firm enough so the club stays still, but you don't have to squeeze it like that, okay? So you're gonna do this, get used to this throw. And then what you can do, once you start to feeling a little bit more, you can go a little bit higher. Whee, hoppa, all right, like that. Now, where to look is a good point that I see some people, they make mistake. They try to look here on this the highest part already from the beginning, but then you're not seeing this so well. So what I do is I look more here, make sure that this club comes, hits this, and then my eyes actually goes to here. And once I know that it's in balance, then I will switch it to here. So I'll make sure that I hit it, and then I will switch my eyes. So I make sure that I touch it. I don't look at this point either. I look sort of like in the middle of the cup, often the mark here. So I look at that. So with that, I have this in my side view and this in my side view. Yeah, so my eyes has this spot, but I'm looking at here. So that's sort of like my guide. Catch this, and once I have it, I change it up here. All right, so we've done this. We make it a little bit more air. Now it's time to do half a turn. So just like you did this one, and here I put my club more higher than my arm. So what I mean is I catch it more early, that it touches here very lightly, then I go down and then I stop it. Opa. Like that. And then it's just a matter of practicing it. And one thing that it's very, very helpful is the angle of the club. So it's, when you throw this club, it's directly straight. Okay? Because then all you have to do is find this line and put this one under here. Okay? If you're throwing in an angle, whoa, that's going to be way difficult to catch. Okay? Because if it's thrown in an angle like that, it's going to be a lot harder to catch. So make sure that when you throw it, you throw it straight up, so you can catch it, right? Straight up, and like that. And that's pretty much it. So you start to get the hang of this one. Once these start to feel, now from here you can do this. You throw them both, and then do that. You throw them both, and then do this. Or you can even do a couple of these cascades, and then throw here. So this is to get used to catching the club here when you want to do it. So you hold the handles normally, and then I catch here and throw that. You can also switch the position of the hand, but I find it quite hard because I have to switch and go to under the club to catch the club. I find it much easier to just catch it here, then go for the balance. Okay? So that's how I like to do it. Yeah, and one more thing is, if it's spinning, so what I mean is this will happen eventually. So when you throw the club here and it starts to spin, like twist around like this way, on a balance, so what you have to do is by turning the club, keep it. So if it goes here, like it starts to roll to the side, you have to turn the club and wait for it to stop. Or if it starts to spin the other way, so it doesn't fall down, you just turn the club under it until that stops the spinning. Okay? So if the spinning happens, it's okay. You just have to react to it by turning the hand. All right? And then just a matter of doing it with three. The same thing. When you know you want to do it, you catch this club here, and then you throw. You catch it, you throw, and it comes there. Okay? And remember the relaxed throw, and remember the angle. So I go in the center, and I throw it. Ooh, come on. Just to make sure that it's a good angle. Wow. Oh, the pressure. Like that. And that's it. Then it's just a matter of practicing, training, and doing. You can learn both sides, and there's a whole lot of variations of how you can do and where you can throw it. Now, this is the basic version of this trick. There's many different places you can throw it, many different tricks you can do with it. And if you want to learn more about stuff like this and more about these techniques, I do have my online juggling course. There is the 3 club course inside there that has 120 different video tutorials about 3 club techniques and all these different techniques as well. All right? So I put the link below, jugglingmastery.com, if you want to check that out. Other than that, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.